Good girl, Frankie.
That's a good girl. That's a good girl, baby. Oh, look at that.
Good girl, Frank.
Good girl. Oh.
Hold him, Frankie. Hold him.
Girl. You ready, John? Yeah. Okay. Tell her out.
Frankie, out.
Ah!
Come on, Frank. Good girl, Frankie. Good girl, Frank. Good girl, Frankie.
One more time, John, like this. Watch.
Frankie, out. Frankie, out.
Hey!
Come. Good girl, Frankie. Good girl, Frank.
Good girl. Oh, that's a good girl.
Good girl, Frankie.
Good girl. Tell her out.
Frankie, out.
Ah!
Out.
Ah! Ah! There you go.
Good girl, Frankie. Hold him, Frankie. Hold him, Frankie.
All right, we're going to give one more redirection. You tell her out, and then I want you just to say, get me.
Frankie, out.
Hey.
Frankie, come on, let's get him. Let's get him. Good girl, Frankie. Good girl, Frank.
Good girl. I'm going to let her win this one, and I want you to run her off.
Okay. Good girl, Frank. Good girl. Good girl. Come on, Frankie. Come on, Frankie. Good girl. Come on. Good girl, Frank.
Moving that arm, okay. That's coming in to get you. Gravity's going to want to through your body. If they try to jam you in the middle a little bit, you got to pull back and let them go because you don't want the dog to do this. You don't want her to come up and go, bam, stop. You want her to go. Okay? You liked that, didn't you? Good girl. So now, Mike, what this is pretty much is that this time I want to do real quick. After she outs, back away from my dog.
Gotcha.
And then I want you to give her the command to get again, but when you give that command, she's still going to be focused on him. I'm going to come alive, and then you give the command to bite me.
Okay. Ready, John? Frankie, get him, Frankie, get him. Good girl, Frankie. Good girl. Good girl. Frankie, out. Out. Frankie, out.
Step away from the dog.
Get back from the dog. Stay back. Get back. Get Frank. Good girl, Frankie. Good girl, Frankie.
All right,
Frankie.
This time, Mike, you're going to start running toward me and you're going to call her.
Okay.
Tell her out.
Out, Frankie. Frankie. Out. Out. Frankie, come. Good girl, Frankie.
Girl.
Good girl,
That's
Frankie.
Same thing. Tell her
Good
out,
girl.
run toward him.
Frankie,
Take
out.
off running.
Frankie, out.
Run.
Come. Good girl, Frank. Good girl, Frankie.
Off the line.
Frankie, out. Frankie, out.
Now run toward
Out.
him. Start running.
Come on. Frankie. Come on. Get him, Frankie. Get him, get him, get him. Good girl, Frankie.
Hit me right in my butt.
Good girl, Frankie.
Good girl. I'm going to let her slip on that
Yep.
one. She's getting tired.
Yeah.
Let her run off on that one.
Come on, Frankie. Good girl.
Good girl. Let her run all the way back.
Come on, Frankie. Go get Jazz. Yeah, there you go.
And then just come on in the office, okay?
Okay. Let's go get a quick drink.
Good girl. You tired girl. She's like, I'm sleeping my ass off.
Exactly. Because the whole way down here, she was, what's going on?
All over the place.
Yeah.